Hey guys, Susannah here from the Good Property Company, talking to you from a beautifully sunny but a little bit chilly Washington DC in America. I can see Congress right ahead of me. You know that amazing domed. In fact, guys, I'm going to hang on. Can you see? There you go, Washington DC. Right. I'm answering some of the questions you guys have given me, and this question is, what kind of mortgage do you use for a flip? So let's get into that, and it's maybe a trick question. And why would it be a trick question? But first, let me briefly introduce myself. If you've never met me before and you've come across my YouTube channel, then congratulations, you're in for an absolute treat. I'm Susannah Cole, and I run the Good Property Company, both the YouTube channel and also a fantastic website full of information. Got tons for you on flipping, a whole flipping section. So go on there and have a really good look. It's called thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk. But most importantly is, what can you learn from me? Well, we did so many flips. The first 42 flips, we made £402,000 more than expected because we're very cautious with our pricing. And we actually sourced, bought, sold, let, deal packaged on over 200 deals, £45 million worth of property, and agreed purchase price of 30 million quid. So I've got a fair amount of property experience, and I'm very straight speaking, and I hope that really suits you, because you need to know the information to be successful in property. Right. Question: what kind of mortgage do I need for a flip? Trick question. You don't. When people are new to property, they generally think in terms of mortgages, and I understand that, because if you've bought your own home, then you understand the word mortgage. Mortgages are a complete no. We don't want you using mortgages for flips. Why? Because mortgages are long-term products, aren't they? They're typically, in Britain anyway, given out for 25 years, although like in America, I believe they're given out for 40 years. Can you imagine? I'm going to be in debt for 40 years? I am a person who believes in paying off debt, by the way. So I have got multiple houses that are what's called unencumbered, i.e. have no mortgages, and I continue down that path as fast as I can get there. So don't believe these people that say that you need to be highly leveraged for the rest of your life. They're not gonna save you when the tide goes out. Get your properties paid off. So flips are a short term, aren't they? Typically, I will be in and out of a flip within 5 3/4 months. That means from the moment my money goes into the flip to, so not finding the flip, but the moment I actually legally buy the flip, then the builders go in, they renovate it. The estate agent goes in. If I'm using an estate agent, sometimes I'll just flip myself, because there's plenty of websites for you to be able to do so if the market is high. And then all the conveyancing, the person saying, yeah, I'll buy your property, you agree a price, you agree a date, a time frame, the lawyers do all the conveyancing, and then they pay their deposit, and then they give you the balance of the money. That whole process for me is about 5.5 months on average. One of the reasons it's so short is I don't do big flips. I do cookie cutter, fast in, fast out, get out of there. So it means I'm not like adding extensions, I'm not going into the loft, I'm not putting on massive kitchens. I'm simply buying discounted, renovating, doing up, and getting out of there. Some advantages to that, by the way: you buying and selling normally in the same marketplace, so you don't get caught out by price drops, recessions, market failure. And it means that also, because they're quite fast in, fast out, like 6 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, then you're unlikely to uncover a whole host of horrors, because you're not doing a massive renovation on a property. But anyway, so mortgages are a no-no because they are long-term debt. So if you can't do mortgages, how are you going to pay for the flip? Well, you can do cash, but low cash on cash return, so don't bother. And normally you won't have enough cash because you're doing flipping to earn cash. Or you can do bridging. Don't run away from me now. Don't get frightened. Don't run away from me. Bridging is simply the appropriate financial vehicle. Repeat after me. I know it sounds scary. Bridging is simply the appropriate financial vehicle. Why? Because it's short term. As such, they price a bit higher, but they got to make some money, haven't they? Because you're not paying interest on this money for years and years and years. You're just paying interest on it for a matter of months. So they price higher. So you need to look at entry costs, lawyers' fees, survey fees, exit costs, admin costs, any other costs plus the interest, and then work it all out. I typically will take a bridge for between 9 and 18 months, but I want it paid off with no early redemption fees, maybe just a £200 admin fee, within the first 6 months, please. The other way that you can fund, of course, is joint ventures. So let's say I was your JV partner. I would buy the prop. You find the property. I buy the property. I give you the money for the renovation. I just chill out here in Washington. Like later on, I'm going up to Georgetown and I'm going to do a tour for food. So I just chill out doing my little tour. You do all the work. Thank you very much. You split the profit 50-50, and it really moves you on. Okay. So that was a trick question, but the reason I put the title up is that's the question I get asked a lot. What is the right mortgage for a flip? And the answer is, if you're doing it solo, it's a bridge. If you're doing it with a JV partner, do it in a joint venture partnership, and the JV partner will be the person to use the funding. But here's a little tip for you. Let's say I'm your JV partner, and I decide I'm going to fund with cash. No big deal. We just split all costs 50-50. But what happens if I'm your JV partner and I'm like, well, I got cash, but actually I'm going to divide that cash up 5 times, and I'm going to do 5 projects, and I'm going to use bridging. At that point, would you then pay for all costs 50-50, including my finance cost? Because what's your job? To find the property, to do the renovation, to manage the builder, to manage the sale, to manage the admin, and to pay everybody out. What's the JV partner's job? To fund the property. So I'm going to ask you the question again. Would you pay for 50% of the JV partner's funding, which is what you're effectively doing if you decide to split the profit 50-50? I hope at this point you are shouting at the screen going, absolutely no way, Suze, because that should be the JV partner's cost. So although we might make each 50 grand from the project, if I decided to use bridging, you've made 50 grand and I've made 50 grand minus my cost of the bridging, because it's not your cost, bridging, is it? It's mine, the JV partners, if I was the JV partner. So I hope you follow that advice, because I've probably saved you, if you do about 10 projects, I've probably just saved you about 10 grand. So there you are. Trick question, which is, what mortgage do I get when I flip? You don't. You either do JV partner on private cash and you make sure they're PS 13P3 compliant, or you use bridging. Remember, like and subscribe to the video, because it's going to give you the first opportunity to see all my new videos, and I've got loads planned for you guys, but also super important for stuff you can download immediately and get started on straight away. You want to start your career in flipping. I got flipping packs, I've got 6-day flipping academy, I've got some amazing checklists for you guys. I've very frequently got webinars which you can listen to on demand on my website. You don't even need to wait. So hop on over to my website. It's called thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk, and you can get started today. Final thought. Oh, this property, should I, shouldn't I? I'm just learning about it. A, take action, and B, just be mindful that you do need to learn some stuff first. So for me, I took 18 months of learning before I took action. And if you're kind of, okay, I'm in the learning phase, give yourself a deadline, right? Put some budget towards it. Say, I'm going to learn faster from people, who've done it before me. No need to reinvent the wheel and take lots of risks. But also, if today is day one, when do I start implementing? And mark it in your calendar so that you are permitting yourself and allowing yourself to do the learning, because I think it's super important. One of the reasons I'm sure I was so successful in property, £45 million for property, is I did the learning. It took me 18 months. I don't want you taking 18 months. I was a bit scared as well. But the other reason was I took action. So decide how long your learning period is going to be from and what date you're going to take action, and take action on that date. Right? You can do this. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. I hope you enjoyed that vid. There is a 101 lessons pack if you haven't downloaded it already. 102 pages. I don't stint. If you just click on the link over there, you can download it now.